Hey everyone, Mike Sherry back at paulsherryrvs.com. Today, I'd like to discuss how to get the very best interest rate on a RV loan. And just a little disclaimer, I'm not a banker, so these are just techniques that I've seen work over the years where customers have utilized these techniques that has allowed them to get a low interest rate out there on the market, actually the best rate out there. So I'm going to share some of those pointers or secrets or techniques with you today. I'd first like to talk to you if you have the very best credit out there in the market. So right now the credit bureaus say if you're a 720 beacon or higher, your credit is excellent. Well, in the RV world, excellent credit is actually an 820 beacon or higher. 720 is not bad by any means, but an 820 or better qualifies for the very best RV rate. So when you're out online shopping at banks and you see the rates they have listed, that's typically if you're 820 beacon score. So keep that in mind. That might be one reason why when you get your rate back that you qualify for with the bank that it's actually higher than the rate listed because you're not quite at an 820. And there's different ways to get your credit score up. You can look at articles online. This video is not for that, but a couple things you can do is you can pay down any credit card debt. That helps. Don't close your credit card, but also open up some pay available. So minimize your debt to a point where you have available pay. The more available pay you have compared to expenses you have going out every month, the least risky the banks see their investment in you in an RV loan. So typically the lower the interest rate. So that's one thing I wanted to mention, that an 820 or better is actually the best in the RV loan world, where 720 or better, typically in the car world, that's excellent credit. So there's a difference there, and that might be one reason why your rate is slightly higher than the posted rates online by the banks. Also, another thing that oftentimes we hear at the dealership is, well, I'm an 820 beacon score, I don't need to put any money down. I want to do this loan with zero money down. And that is 100% true. You can do that anytime. If you're that beacon score, your chances of getting approved with zero money down is great. But I do want to tell you, if you're also the person that wants the very best interest rate, you need to put some money down. Typically the banks want to see 10%, but if you've got 20, 30, or even 40% down, your rate is going to be significantly lower than the person who put zero down. And the reason, again, is the banks look at that as an investment. If you're willing to invest that much money at the front of the loan, then it's a lower risk loan. Therefore, the interest rate is lower. That's what drives interest rate, is risk, right? The banks look at risk, and the lower the risk, the lower the interest rate. They are directly correlated. All right, now I would like to talk about if you are like the many Americans out there who maybe have hit some bumps in the road with your credit. You know, maybe your credit's not a 720, it's not even close to a 720, or maybe it's just below and you're struggling to get that very best interest rate. What do you do? What do you do? Well, the first thing I see, and I see it quite often in looking at credit bureaus, is pay off any collections. I don't know how many times I've seen someone's credit where they'll have $200-300 in collections on their credit. Pay that off. If you don't know it's on there, pull your credit, look, if you see some collections, figure out why they're on there and get them off, pay them off. So oftentimes they're just minimum medical bills or even some student loan bills that forgot about. Just pay those off. Those will help your score out dramatically. Also, get down your debt. By reducing your debt, both paying down your credit card bills, maybe refinancing your home mortgage, what that does, that opens up monthly money for you. The more monthly available income you have compared to the money you have going out, your expenses, the more pay available you have and the least risky you are to the banks. Also, just like if you're the very best credit to get the very best interest rate, or even just to get approved if your credit is subpar, you need money down. The more money you have in the game, the least risk it is, the greater your chance of getting not only a good rate, but getting a good term and even getting approved in some cases. So that's something to pay attention to if you're starting to rebuild your credit. It's not the end of the world. There's many banks out there that are willing to help you out. And here at the dealership at Paul Sherry RVs, we have a team of 4 people, whether your credit's perfect or whether your credit maybe has struggled in the past, maybe you've gotten a divorce or you got laid off from your job or you got hurt at work or whatever it might be, and you hit some troubling times. You know, that happens. That's life. We're here to help you. Give us a call at any time at 937-778-5250. And we'll be able to put you in touch with one of our finance representatives to talk you through your situations to get you the very best interest rate on your new RV. Just a disclaimer, we can only help customers who are purchasing an RV off us. If you're purchasing an RV off someone else, the banks we work with, which is nearly 30 banks, don't allow us to finance your RV if you're not purchasing directly from us. So sorry about that. We're working on that. Maybe one day we'll be able to help you out. But for now, we can only help you out if you're purchasing an RV directly from us. So thanks for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I hope this video allows you to save some money on your interest rate.